Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hello, Olivia and Jackson.
Hello,
Hey, how you
good
going?
morning.
How happy are you that this is over?
I
Oh my God.
Stoked.
Oh, my God.
Have you been with everybody buying into, well, number one, your relationship, what happened last night, but also the fact that during the last week or last couple of weeks, you haven't been seen in the greatest light? That's probably particular at you, Olivia.
Yeah, I haven't been very well. I've definitely been struggling and stuff like that. Thank God I have Jackson.
Yeah.
It did seem from the outset that you two will make it. It really did. So, you know, if getting on a show and wanting to find a partner is
the
the
objective,
goal,
yeah.
then
You did it.
you're done it.
That is quite amazing, Nathan.
Yeah,
That is
it is
quite
quite
amazing.
amazing when you see some of the
Yeah,
other...
I mean, the odds are against it, really. So the fact that you have...
Yeah, so put that in your hat and run with it. But
Thank you.
But there's so much more to talk about, obviously.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, with
Liv.
the hindsight of, you know, with the benefit of hindsight, looking back on it now, you've had some time to reflect on it. Probably seems like a dim, distant memory, except that you can watch it every night for the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's a whole new story watching it back.
Yeah. So, what's your take on it now? Because we know what you thought at the time. We know how you couldn't
Perceive things.
how you couldn't look at that situation with empathy at the time. Looking back at it now, what are your thoughts?
Like the photo. Sorry, the photos.
Yeah,
the stuff with Dom.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Look, I like every. How do I say this well?
Just say it.
I always had empathy. I always had empathy for it. It was just the way that it came out and was sort of like it was never like a slut shaming thing or anything like that. It was more of like we're not supposed to have this platform, was my understanding of it. And it was like, I guess kind of like a thing of like, why is like, I don't know. I was pissed that she wasn't kicked off the show after the glass smashing thing. And I'm not explaining myself very well.
No. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
So, but I want to.
Yeah.
But say even the glass smashing thing, Liv.
Yeah.
She wasn't like waving it in your face like a weapon, and you can see that now. You can see that now.
So I actually watched the raw footage, and I was definitely being dramatic, but like in the raw footage, she smashed it, stood up, and then threw it to the side.
Yeah, but wasn't it you?
Like with all the adrenaline pumping and stuff like that, it feels like it's in slow motion. So I see the glass in her hand, and she very dramatically like throws it in front of Ella.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like for me at the time, like you have to remember, I was freaking like crapping myself. I was terrified. I've never been in a situation like that before. And then like the first thing I said when I got pulled aside to do my Voxy was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have talked about her voice. That's not what I meant.
Yep.
And then I have to go and explain it to everybody. And I'm there like just saying my side of things, which when you've got blood pumping, adrenaline rushing, and I'm already a very dramatic person, hence why I'm on reality TV.
Yeah.
It's going to come out like that.
Yeah.
So there was more than what the viewers saw, but it wasn't as dramatic as I said.
Because I want to add that to when Dom came over to your apartment to speak to you guys about the photo, and then you said that she was yelling at you and like
She clearly wasn't.
she wasn't what we saw she wasn't.
So with that, I was promised by producers that she wouldn't come to my apartment because I was worried about her intimidating me further after the glass smashing thing. So I was pissed that not only did they allow her to come to my door, but they also came with a film crew. So I was like, hey,
You're on a reality TV show, mate.
Yeah. So, like, that was like the only thing that they promised.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like bull crap. And she also went over and screamed at Selena.
Yeah, but she wasn't screaming at you. So, and then that brings me to say when Tamara was speaking ill of Brent at the girls' night, and then your recollection of that to everyone at the table was she never said anything bad about Brent, which we know she obviously does. I want to now go to Jackson. Jackson, with these scenarios, and just going forward, right, can you trust Olivia's recollection of things when she sees things in such a different way to the way they actually play it out? So say if she's having an issue with what you're worried about, one of your friends, and you're not there, and then she comes back and tells you, how can you trust her recollection of what happened after we've seen that she sees things slightly differently when she's angered?
So, I saw, I was there for this, when Dom came. There was obviously more that you didn't see. There is, she did raise her voice, and that was when we got to the point where Liv just shut the door because she was like, I'm not having that. And then we were in our apartment. These things are meant to be soundproof, and we could have Dom having a crack at Selena across the hall. That's how kind of loud it was. It's not like a little thing. So in that regard, I do trust her because I was there, I saw it, I lived it with her, which is why I have no problem trusting how she says things. With the Brent and Tamara thing, obviously, Tamara has her say in how she does it. And
I wasn't in that conversation as well. Can we just say I was not? I heard something very, very different at the table when the girls were having a conversation. What she said at the bar about Brent waiting tables, I wasn't privy to that.
Yeah, right.
But then, so why did you say she didn't say it then? Why did you have an opinion about that if you weren't part of the conversation?
Because I thought we were talking about how she explained the final date to the group.
Right.
I didn't know that was said at the bar. I thought that Dom was throwing Tamara under the bus for saying that her final date didn't go very well.
So one thing we're hearing a lot of, and this goes every series, is that I didn't say this about that. They cut something up. Other people had an opinion. Yeah, other people had an opinion. They only show my opinion to set the agenda right. Yeah. So was it worth it, you guys? Yes. You're hearing conversations from us. People have got their opinion on you as a person, both of you.
Now, before they've met you, people already have set in stone.
And these things don't go away just overnight.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
My life is ruined because of this show. It's also made because I got Jackson, but they've absolutely crucified me.
I would be worried going out if I was you, Olivia, to be honest.
I am. I've only had 3 people be nice to me. Everybody else has been disgusting.
Yeah.
I have to take her to the shops. She's too scared to go by herself. People got to realise it is a show and it is edited, and it's crap. She has said a lot of these things, but it's way and truly out of context and made to be a lot worse than what it actually is.
I think what it is
people
probably...
can't
I think what it is probably, Jackson, is people that have maybe gone through that being targeted
in their own
by somebody,
relationship,
they are triggered by it.
Yeah.
And then they get angry and all that sort of stuff. So,
and that's fine, but you've got to realise, though, you can't be going on, online and saying...
Oh, yeah.
You should be with your dad. You know what I mean?
That's terrible.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
And that's 10 times worse than what's actually going on in the show because the show has been edited. They've now just become hypocrites and doing stuff to somebody that they don't know. And they don't know what it was actually like to be that, and they've just made it 10 times worse by doing what they're doing. And they need to just take a step and take a think about before they type something on the internet.
Straight out. That goes for everyone.
The keyboard warriors who,
But do you need to accept this, given that you put your hand up and go, I've watched every series, like we all have. We watch every series and we know how it operates. There's going to be these people. You're going to say something. They're going to put it to a next, they're going to put some music to it and they're going to fire it up. Do you have to accept it, though, this is part of what you sign up for?
At the end of the day, look, it is what we signed up for, but it's not exactly what we signed up for. We didn't realise it was going to be like this. You always hear people say about the edit, but you don't actually realise it. And then...
And it doesn't happen to everyone that's on the show.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Just before we let you go, Jackson, I have to ask, have you been going to the gym regularly?
Oh, yeah, I've been going to the gym.
I let him go.
You let him go? Oh, that's very nice of you.
For 10 minutes.
She loves the fact that I go to the gym.
So I want to quickly ask as well, how has your friends and family reacted, Jackson, to watching this now? Because I'm sure that they've spent a few months now with Olivia and now seeing this play out. and they would have probably heard your side of the story before seeing what everyone else is seeing. Honestly, are some of them worried about some of the behaviour that they've seen?
It's been actually amazing. My friends and family are beautiful. They've done nothing but support Liv. Like, they're calling Liv like every second day to check in on her, like to see how she's going, because they know that I'm not an idiot and I'm not going to go for somebody who's been portrayed exactly like Liv has been portrayed. That's not who I am, and it's not something that I'd ever be associated with. But they're smart enough to realise that that's not how it's gone down, because if it was, I wouldn't be here. Okay. You know what I mean? And I'm even getting people from high school that I haven't spoken to in years saying, wow, they must have edited this because I know you enough to know that you're not an idiot and you wouldn't be... You wouldn't stay with her if that's what she was like.
Because to be honest, when we were going to do this interview, last year, say Bryce and Melissa, right? When we had them on, we just went them, you know, and we don't. You don't want to. With these reality shows, you don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? You want to be able to address it calmly.
And have an open mind.
And have an open mind when you're speaking to people about what they've gone through. But there was. I mean, you know, but Liv, you wouldn't. You went on again. You wouldn't do this again. You wouldn't you wouldn't talk about the poo dress, and you wouldn't. And you wouldn't have a battle with someone, and you wouldn't circulate a photo. You wouldn't do any of that now, would you? You've learned that, haven't you? Yeah.
Of course not. Like, I wanted to leave after the retreat, and I look back on it now, and I'm like, I wish I just grabbed Jackson and left.
Yeah.
I hate everything like that happened socially after that.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything with Jack. Like, I love that we had a beautiful homestay. I know it didn't look like it, but we had a beautiful homestay. We had a beautiful final day, but I wish I went when my gut told me to leave.
Yeah.
And no more reality TV, right?
No more reality TV.
Put that behind us.
You're not going to the Byron Bays or anything?
Yes, mate. All right, guys. Well, good luck.
Appreciate you talking to us. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Guys. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.